What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to Call on Tyrone. It's the real late night show. Let's be honest. This is the real late night show. This is literally it's Sunday. So this is literally the next day. Giving you the night reactions. But what's going on? How's everybody doing in the comments? It's just some of the scores, and I'm gonna talk about the 3 games I watched today. So Friday night, Coastal beat Kansas, Duke beat North Carolina A&T, Utah beat North Dakota, Boise State beat UTEP, and that was all on Friday. And tonight, Virginia beat Illinois, Kent State beat Virginia Military Institute, Army beat Western Kentucky, and looked like it was a really good game, 38-35. Wake Forest blew out Norfolk State, Auburn blew out Alabama State, Pittsburgh beat Tennessee. In Rocky Top, which is hilarious to me, but beat Utah 35-28. Northwestern beat Indiana State. Florida beat South Florida, which was just horrible. Tulane looks like they're going to be a problem. They beat Morgan State by a mile. Wyoming beat Northern Illinois by a touchdown. That was a high-scoring game. Ohio lost to the Queen. I can never say the name of that school right. Rutgers beat Syracuse. Virginia Tech beat Middle Tennessee. Notre Dame almost lost to Toledo. They won on like a last-minute touchdown. Central Michigan blew out Robert Morris, the team. Purdue killed Kentucky. I mean, absolutely killed. I mean, not Kentucky, Connecticut. Georgia beat UAB. Boston College beat UMass. Cincinnati blew out Murray State. Florida Atlantic blew out Georgia Southern. Temple beat Akron. TCU had a barn burning with California. Penn State beat Ball State. Ball State had the longest record. They beat them. Air Force beat Navy, of course. Texas A&M played a really close game versus Colorado. I don't know how they're still in the top 5, but yeah. Nebraska beat Buffalo, which have happened. Alabama blew out Mercer. Florida, South Alabama beat Bowling Green. Iowa beat Iowa State. Western Michigan beat Illinois State. West Virginia won. I think West Virginia might be the biggest winner today. 66-0. Clemson won 49-3. UTSA won 54-0. Washington State had 44-24. They beat Portland. Charlotte beat Gardner-Webb. Houston beat Rice in a blowout. Marshall beat NCCU. UCF beat BCU. That's not another game. Texas Tech beat South, and that shouldn't have been that close of a game. But Louisiana beat Nicholls State. Wisconsin beat Eastern Michigan. Baylor won by 49 points or something like that. Southern Miss won 37-0. Kansas State won today. I think they're 2-0 on the season now. Mississippi State beat NC State. That was a good game. Miami beat Appalachian State. Now they're 1-1. So actually, Maryland won 62-0. Mississippi beat Austin Peay 54-17. Arkansas beat Texas, and I really want to talk about this. That's a game I really want to talk about. UNC beat Georgia State like they were supposed to. Kentucky beat Missouri in one of the first few SEC matchup games. So there's not a lot of other games. Wow, Florida State lost to Jacksonville State University. That's a wild finale. LSU not finally winning. Well, yeah, they're 1-1 now. And then Michigan is 30. Just won their game. There's some other games going on right now. BYU was up 16-7 versus Utah. San Diego State is blowing out Arizona 35-7. Arizona State is holding their own versus UNLV 14-10. Hawaii's getting beat 24-7 versus Oregon State. Nevada's winning 21-7 versus Idaho State. Stanford and USC are in a barn burner 14-10, about to go into halftime. And Fresno State is blowing out Cal Poly. And Vanderbilt's playing in Colorado. So getting to some of these. What is the most surprising game of the day? That JSU score, because I didn't see it. I didn't watch it live. I didn't know. I thought Florida State was gonna blow them out. But shout out Xeric Cooper. Shout out Big Coop. 242, 17-38, 242 with 2 touchdowns. Had a great game. Let's be honest. Shout out Mackenzie Milton. I think he probably started today. His story is crazy. If you know his story, that was gonna be a good story. Tennessee, yeah, let's not even talk about Tennessee. Tennessee's at the end of the road. Plus they took an L in the last second says I'm played by Jacksonville State at home. I know that's man. That's just I think that's the most surprising game. Because I think everybody, this was supposed to be an easy week. Let's be honest. This was everybody's easy week. I mean, Michigan had to play Washington, which wasn't going to be easy. But most of these teams are playing. Look at that. I mean, they're not playing competition. I mean, all these schools are D1, of course, but this is the week where you was paying people to play. Except Texas. Texas is another one. Now, I want to talk about Texas because they should not come to the SEC. And people say, hey, I still think FSU got a chance because they Notre Dame was looking, but I don't know because I think we saw Notre Dame today struggle versus Toledo, and we should have said something then. But getting into the games I watched, so 12 o'clock game, of course, I think everybody's eyes if you are a football fan, unless you're a Florida fan like Blake. Oregon versus Ohio State, which was a game where I felt when it got to 21, I think at a certain point I was just like, yeah, Oregon's gonna win this game. Anthony Brown for Oregon was 17-35, 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. CJ Verdell, that boy, he's a special running back. 20 carries, 161 yards. He averaged 8 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. Anthony Brown had 65 yards on 10 carries, and Travis Dye had 43 on 8 carries. So CJ he had 2 rushing. Yeah, I know he had 2 rushing because he scored on the same play twice. And then he had 1 receiving. And then Moliki Matavo had a touchdown. But everybody else, they weren't really throwing the ball a lot. Let's be honest. Ohio State did not look good. I'm gonna be honest. CJ Stroud, even though, mind you, 54 attempts. You played at 1. It was around the same time period. A lot of tech. I was trying to flip back and forth, but I got too deep into the Oregon game. I got really deep into it. Yeah, really, you're not lying. You are not lying. Really and truly. But CJ Stroud threw the ball 54 times, and your running backs combined 26, 32 carries. That's not even. That's not even play calling. When you have a quarterback throw for 54 times, even though he had 484 yards, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, that's a lot of pass attempts on a freshman. But that's that Ohio State offense. But yes, that was, I think, of course, Ohio State had more yards. Of course, they were going to have more passing yards, but Oregon had 269 rushing yards compared to Ohio State's 128. Ohio State looks like, if you really look at it, some of this stuff makes it seem like they should have won, especially in passing yards. But they had 8 penalties for 71 yards. That's not good. Then he threw a pick. They had the time of possession by a couple seconds. They ran 85 plays. They were 2 or 5 on fourth down and 6 or 15 on third down. That's below half. So yeah, they have 32 first downs though. So I mean, and if you look at Oregon was more efficient. I think you really look at 27 first downs, 8 of 16 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth down, 73 plays. They punted the ball 7 times, mind you. But they only had 4 penalties for 35 yards, and so I mean, you're not missing a lot. It's going. I think Oregon winning puts them up. I say they take Texas A&M spot at 5. Really, because if I go to the AP poll, I'm gonna go to the AP poll real quick just to have it up. Let's be honest, because the top 25 at right now, you have Alabama, Georgia, which I think they're going to stay there. Ohio State's going to probably drop to. I think Ohio State drops to maybe, because Clemson dropped all the way down to 6. So I think Clemson jumps back up to maybe 5. I think Oregon gets slid. I think Oregon or Clemson jumps to 4. Ohio State jumps to 5, or they might flip flop. It'll be some way where, because Texas A&M is now 2-0, so Texas A&M, hopefully they don't jump to 3. Hopefully, I think they got to look at strength of schedule, and you have to put A&M at 4, and you might have to put Oregon at 3, because I don't think unless you really think Texas A&M deserves to be number 3. I don't know, man. Yeah, it struggles with them. I don't know. That's one of the hardest things to do on spell Madden, because it's not really realistic. Because of Ohio State, the Susan move up a spot. Yeah, I think everybody that's below Ohio State goes up. Let's be honest. I think Ohio State might drop. And really and truly, Clemson and Ohio State might be battling for that last spot. Come playoff time. Because really and truly, I think they're going to jump Oklahoma. They'll jump Oklahoma to 3. Actually, yeah, they'll jump Oklahoma to 3. And or this is going to be weird, because I think Cincy might go up to 5, which would be crazy to think about. I think Oregon jumps 6. I think Oregon jumps 6. I think Oregon takes a huge jump. Because mind you, they went down in the AP poll. They went down 1, and then they went up 1 in the coaches poll. So I think Cincy is, see, the way we have the AP poll is structured, you really won't get. I really want to just get to the week where the college football playoff comes out, because AP poll is so weird. I say Oklahoma goes 3. Ohio State drops down to like maybe 4. I think Ohio State drops down to 6. I think Texas A&M probably goes up to 4. I think Cincy jumps to 5. And I think Clemson and Ohio State are fine for that 6-7 spot come next week. I think that's how they could do it. That's the only way I see it happening in my eyes. If Cincy gets to 5, Cincy's going to get to 5. I mean, let's mind you, Cincy and Georgia had played one of the best bowl games last year, and I think everybody noticed that. There's like, oh yeah, that's one of the best. That's one of the better bowl games of the year. It was the ESPN Classic, all of that. So let's be honest. I think Cincy, they'll move up. Yeah, Iowa's gonna move up. Iowa's sitting right now at 10. I wouldn't be surprised Iowa State drops down. Really, Florida's probably going to move up top 10. I wouldn't be surprised if they move Florida to top 10. Texas might drop all the way down to 20. I wouldn't be surprised if Ole Miss takes a jump. Auburn won today, so I wouldn't be surprised if Auburn took a jump. Yeah, it's getting real ugly at that bottom part of the. Ooh, it's getting real ugly towards that bottom part. After you get at the top, I say the top like 15. UCLA is gonna have to jump. I think you got to bring up UCLA. Um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Oregon. You got if you jump Oregon that much because Oregon right now is at 12. If you jump Oregon to number 5, you're going to make. I think that makes Cincy mad, and I think you got to put Cincy at 6 at that point. If you get Oregon at number 5, you got to put Cincy at 6, and you got to put Clemson at 7. Because Cincy's doing. I mean, Cincy had a great game today. So it's gonna get into a little battle. By the end of the by two, give me after next week. I think Texas plays. They open Big 12 next week. So give me next week and let me see what Texas does. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped out. Because Texas next week, yeah. Texas, well, no, they play Rice next week. So, no, they're not in conference play just yet. They play Rice next week. So that'll be a bounce back for them. And then Texas Tech is going to, it's the next week after that. So, once they get to October, it's going to be it's going to be a struggle. Really what you want to do, if I was Texas, I would want to load up before I got to October. I wouldn't want to go into October at 4-0 because you play Louisiana, you play Arkansas, which everybody thought you were going to win. You got Rice, and you had Texas Tech. You should have won at 4-0 because October 2nd you play TCU, October 9th you play Oklahoma, the 16th you play Oklahoma State, and then the 30th you play Baylor. And then, mind you, after you play Baylor, you get to November, you play Iowa State. You get Kansas, which should be a blowout. You get West Virginia, then you got Kansas State. You had to win all 4 games because that they gave you a backloaded schedule that's going to be tough. And if you were to just pull out 2 games, you were going to make a bowl. And for Sarkisian, this is your first year, you got to make some type of bowl. That's just it. And you're in Texas, bro. Like, I mean, but since they didn't play anybody and they blew them out. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Even still, you know AP poll is different. Like, you know how we would see it. But AP poll, they just going off right now is whoever has the biggest win streak and all of that. In the independents, Notre Dame and Army and Liberty are all 2-0. I didn't know Liberty turned into an independent, but yeah, Liberty's 2-0. It's gonna be a different. Marshall's 2-0, Charlotte's 2-0 in the CUSA. Well, that's Conference USA East. West UTSA is in the number 1 in the West. I don't know what Northern Tech. I don't know if they play the game. But yeah, he said as long as Cincinnati took, yeah, that's that's for AP poll. Struggle and just won the last. Yeah, like I said, like Markeith said, you take care of business in the AP poll. That's the only thing about the AP poll that makes me kind of sort of aggravated about it. Is that now the coaches poll? Mind you, the coaches poll has Cincinnati at 8 and Florida at 9. So going into next week, I'm not surprised Florida gets top 10. Iowa State falls out top 10. Because Oregon's going to go up. We know Oregon. So my team's jumping out of in that 11 to 15 range, jumping up to top 10. It's Oregon, Florida, and maybe Penn State, but I think Oregon and Florida are the main 2. So you get Oregon, Florida, Iowa State drops out, and some way you shuffle it to where I think Florida might go 11, and I think Oregon jumps up. I think that's how it's going to go. Yeah, Toledo should have won that game. Yeah, they gave them that. I forgot exactly what happened, but I know they should have won that game. But that felt bad for them because they were a senior team and they really put their neck on the line for that. Like they should have won that game completely. Um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when we're not gonna get and that week when we're supposed to get it, I'll probably do a show that week and give you mine because I don't think we get the first. Let me see. College football playoffs because I know it's like isn't it like week? That's when everybody opens up. Um, I'm trying to figure out where is it at? Like when it's gonna come out. Football 21. It should be 2022, wouldn't it? I think it's 2022. Uh, rankings. I don't know exactly the day it's supposed to come out. Week crashes in week 2. I think everybody's gonna keep Georgia at 2. I think Georgia. I think everybody's looking at it right now like Alabama and Georgia are the teams to beat. Um, I don't see exactly when the college football thing is coming out. How are you? How are you? How'd you lose to the Eagles? Yeah, Blake, you're not running the right scheme if you losing to the Eagles. Um. Okay, so according to Sports Not, I mean this is this is a website that does college football. Um, they said this is how to go. They said Georgia. I said not Georgia. Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma goes 3. Cincinnati goes to 4. Now that's a jump. Iowa goes to 5. Clemson is at 6. Oregon's at 7. A&M's at 8. Buckeyes at 9. And then Penn State at 10. And then Florida's at 11. So basically, like how I have it, kind of sort of how I have it. I just didn't think they were going to put Cincinnati at 4. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's usually like week 7 or 8. Yeah. What's going on, ATM? How you doing tonight? But yeah, like that's kind of sort of how I see it. I just don't think Cincinnati gets 4, man. I don't think they give Cincinnati 4. I just can't see Cincinnati getting 4. Like I know that everybody's gonna be like, why not? I just don't see them jumping to 4. If they put Cincinnati at 4, I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna be on here going on. I'll be on a rant if they give Cincinnati at 4. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get into some of the other games. What other game did I watch? I watched part of the. I didn't even watch what was game. I watched, well, the Georgia game came on the same time as the Iowa game. Of course, I'm gonna give you my Georgia spiel. If I tank, I'm gonna tank. Be realistic, yeah. Ohio State, yeah, they are. They always say they're better than the SEC and this and that, which is fine that you have that confidence. But you beat them, and that year they played Alabama. They wanted to swear. They swear. And they put Cincinnati 4. Yeah, this is sportsnot.com. If you want to go on there and read their reasonings why they put Cincinnati at 4. But they moved. I think Oregon went, and I'm going to say this now. I think Oregon was Pac-12. And if they went Pac-12, I think they get into the playoff because they beat Ohio State. How crazy would it be if the Big Ten didn't get represented and the Pac-12 made it? Because let's be honest, your main team to win the Big 12 lost to the Pac-12 at home. And we know if Clemson wins the ACC, they probably going to win. Georgia and Alabama, no matter who wins the SEC, both teams are probably gonna make it because you're not gonna lose both those crowds. Like it's the same time what we did, and David Pollock said it. He said Alabama and Georgia, no matter who plays, they're both gonna make the playoffs. And then you give me your fourth team, it has to be Oregon. I don't think you get a big. And I don't hate the Big Ten. I'm not going to down the Big Ten, but your main Big Ten team that everybody expects to win the conference just lost. So, what for you guys? What do you think? Like, what are you guys thinking? Because I'm thinking really and truly. Um, um, I'm thinking really and truly. 2020 analysis, yeah. Okay, here it goes. There. So I don't know. This is last year. No, this is actually no 2021, 2022. So this is this year. November 2nd, I think is gonna be the first. They said I think they said this is gonna be the first. The first meeting will be November 2nd, which would be week what? Week like we said, I think week 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 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 no. That can't be right because that's like week 8. And then selection day is December 5th. Um but yeah, what do you guys think about that for the top 4? Cuz I think it has to be Georgia, Alabama, Oregon and Clemson. Um that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think another team Vanderbilt's up 21-14, so Vandy might be Colorado State. Jesus, that makes Colorado State the bottom of the barrel. BYU was up 16-7 to Utah. I'm just gonna update you on some of the games. Stanford's up 21-10. You know, and like I said, I'm not a Big 12 guy, but I mean a big Pac-12 guy, but I'll keep you up. Fresno State might get ranked. I'm thinking Fresno State might jump into the ranking. Let me see where they were last week. TCU's receiving votes. This is Auburn still isn't ranked. That's crazy. Auburn still isn't ranked in the coaches poll. That's wild. LSU can drop completely out of the top 25. Yeah. I'm gonna go complete ranks 8. That's just that doesn't make sense. I think Fresno State's putting up a good case. Yeah, I saw part of that game. Yeah, MSU did beat NC State. Yeah. Really, the SEC has owned the ACC this start of the season. SEC has been putting ACC to shame. Which we were the superior conference in the South anyway, but you know, it was a good day for football. It was, we got the Falcons in a couple hours, so we'll definitely, we're gonna get them. But yeah, getting into some of these other teams that we need to look at. Well, I'll get into this last game I watched. I watched the Michigan game versus. This will be the last Miro game I put on topic. Michigan versus Washington. Washington doesn't have any offense. Washington has 0 offense. I don't know what it's going to take for them by next. I don't even know when. I wouldn't even say next game. I mean, by practice, you got to put something on the board if I'm the head coach. And I want to trust my offensive coordinator because, Jesus, they looked horrible. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Michigan, you lose to Montana. Yeah, TCU will. I think that's what I'm saying for Texas. That's why I said the same. Like Texas has got their schedule is getting harder and harder by the week. You had to win 4 games, and you lose to Arkansas. You're. What are you doing with yourself at this point? You lost to Arkansas. Now you're 1-1, and you got to pray you get these next 3 before you get to TCU. That's gonna be a tough road for them. I say Notre Dame losing to Toledo is Toledo was a senior led. I think I saw somebody say they were. I mean, they were an older team. You know, everybody knows Notre Dame when they reload, it takes them at least they need to be an older team to be competitive. Every 3 or 4 years, Notre Dame. Those first couple of years with their new quarterback, and then that next, like that quarterback's junior and senior year, they'll be like top. But really and truly, I don't know, man. Toledo was just the senior team. They should have won that game. It's the same thing with Tulane and Oklahoma last week, man. It's the same thing. But I'm saying that I just can't see Cincinnati jumping to 4. I'm sorry, that's just stuck on my mind to seeing Cincinnati at 4. But yeah, like you said, TCU would definitely be up there. But like I said, Washington has no offense. You go a whole game, it's 3-0. I'm like, okay, so Washington has a chance. 10-0 at halftime. Fine, cool. Michigan comes out, scores another touchdown. Okay, we're 17-3. And then they come out with another drive, and it's 17-10. Then you let Michigan score 2 more touchdowns. It's got to be something in there. I mean, if you're Washington, 37 pass attempts, 293 yards, and 1 touchdown, and your running back ran the ball 12 times for 24 yards. He averaged 2 yards a carry. And then your secondary did 9 for 22 and averaged 2 yards. What is your offense at this point? If you're Washington, you lose to Montana last week. Jesus, you lose to Montana last week. Yeah, they just yeah. I know it's Stark. I know. Well, we've dealt with Sarkisian in Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. But you know, Texas, they're supposed to be when they hired Stark, they were supposed to be back, and they were going to be. But I think they still make a bowl game. I think Texas make. I don't think they make a New Year's Six or anything, but I still think they make a bowl game. So, but my thing is, going back to Washington, 10 points, 10-31. You let Michigan put a whooping on you. And Michigan, mind you, they ran the ball. Both their running backs, Blake Corum and that number 2, yeah, he was eating them alive. 21 carries, 171 yards. He averaged 8 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. And you have Haskins, 27 carries, 155 yards, he averaged 5 per carry, 6 per carry, and then the touchdown. So I guess you say Stark is an upgrade, but my whole thing is for them is that why? I just don't understand why. Like you let really Washington and I credit Michigan defense. I like what is his name? I can't think of his name. But that DN from Michigan, I like him. He's nice. I like that. He might be. I'm not gonna call him the next JJ Watt, but he got some potential there. And he's a senior. He's number 13 on Mel Kiper's list. Text thinking about not joining this. Yeah, bro. You let the bottom and I'm not gonna disrespect Arkansas, but really, you let the bottom tier of the SEC blow y'all out. This is the bottom tier. Like Arkansas is not top tier in any way. They lost Felipe. They lost a lot of their stars last year in the draft. Man, I don't see what you do there. You lost to a bottom tier team, and you think you're coming to the SEC and gonna win? You know, I can't see it happening. I just can't. I really cannot. Washington's about to have their worst season this year. You think? I think it's offense for them. Like and mind you, Michigan didn't throw the ball. Michigan ran the ball. Why didn't you load the box up? And I applaud the commentator because he said himself. He said you can't. He said you can't. He said you can't really. You can't. How did he put it? He said you can't rely on running the ball every game. You're not going to beat Ohio State running the ball every play. You're really not. So you got to find some throwing power. And if you don't trust I can't say it. Is it McNamara or McNair? What is how you say it? McNamara. McNamara. If you don't trust him, you got your boy. I can't think of what his name. JJ coming off the bench. So that's on me. That's the only thing. Vandy and Arkansas, the lower tier of the SEC. Then it's a mix of what year it is. Yeah. After that, yeah, and we all know it's Vandy. Well, hopefully Arkansas is coming on the up and up. I remember they used to be good, and then they just disappeared off the face of the earth. Texas comes to SEC 2025, Wallace. They got 4 years. You better get an SEC coach. Because I don't think Stark did coach Alabama, but I don't know. Man. You got Bill O'Brien, who is sitting there in Alabama right now, and he's looking like he's a genius. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill got a head coaching job in college, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did good. There's a lot. Let's be honest. Nick Saban is the Bill Belichick of college football. They got Bobby Petrino. Okay, let's not do that. Yeah, San Diego State is whooping Arizona 38-7. That's crazy. Vandy's still winning 21-14. Fresno State's still winning 56-10. Utah might lose to BYU. We're still in the third quarter. 16-7. BYU is still up. I got the game on right now. I don't know why I'm looking, but Arizona State and UNLV. UNLV has the ball and they're driving. 14-7. 14-10. Arizona State. Stanford USC 21-10. And then halftime in Oregon is 24-7. Clemson QB looks pretty bad to be honest. No. This is how I put it for him, for DJ. Because my thing for DJ is that how can I put this in a nice way? He isn't Trevor Lawrence. I'll put it like that. He isn't Trevor Lawrence. He's not even Deshaun Watson. He's really not. He's neither of them. So I just my thing is for them is like, what's going on, Hawks fan? How you doing tonight? Y'all, anything Hawks related, that's just our guy. Me and him work together all the time. Go to Hawks Fan TV on YouTube. Shoot him a subscription. He's posting stuff almost every day. And he does live streams, so he talks about the Hawks a lot. Hoop Spaces. He's a Hoop Space guy. If you ever on Twitter, Hoop Space, go on a Hoop Space with Hawks Fan TV. We really can't talk. Yeah, that's true. I think what he's doing with what is his name? Bryce, is gonna make him look good though. Let's be honest. What he does with Bryce, what he's doing with Bryce in these first two games is making Bryce look amazing. First off, Arizona State has probably the cleanest uniform, the cleanest helmet I've ever seen. God, that helmet is pretty. I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona State wins this game. They get a little jump too. I'm sure they get a little boost. They're at 23 already, so I wouldn't be surprised they get a little boost. Um, yeah, well, my guys, once the season starts soon, yeah, hey man. Like I said, go into spaces with him. If you want to talk hoops, hop into spaces because he's really big on there. So hop on the hoop spaces. I was gonna get into that. Yeah, thank you, Hayden, because I was about to get into it. BYU, UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston. That's going to shake up the Big 12. And I like it. And I like it. You're gonna see real defense, I think. I think that's what we're about to get now. I think we're not gonna see the high flying offenses. I think we're gonna see real good Big 12 games. Since he really, I will say this, since he is gonna since he might win the Big 12 and shock the world. I wouldn't say first year, but I say give them a maybe might be first year really. But I think they get in the same time Oklahoma and Texas leave. So I mean by that point I don't know. And BYU and UCF, we know UCF definitely has been the school they got. I think UCF didn't get no respect. And I think that's really why they wanted to move up. Because they've been dealing with disrespect since what was it? What's the year they went undefeated? So they wanted respect. They added the Big 12 adding those 14. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Houston is a little bit shaky. I don't know about. I mean, Houston's defense has always been kind of. I mean, they've had good defensive players. I don't say their defense has always been like spectacular, but I think Houston really, like really and truly, I think BYU, UCF, and Cincy, those teams are going to be that you don't get when you don't get respected, and that's what Cincinnati and what UCF has been dealing with. They haven't been getting respected. Now they're going to be in a Power Five conference, and I think they're going to show out. I wouldn't like you said, Cincinnati can be the ultimate winners and be able to squeak into the top four of a better conference. That's all. That's what they need. They need to win the Big 12. And in that Big 12 season, they need to beat somebody good. They need to play somebody hard in that season and win. If they got to go Big 12 and then go play Oklahoma, then you got to play Oklahoma. Or if you go Big 12 and you got to go play a team and a big name team, you got to go play Ohio State, or you got to go play a school where you gotta go beat somebody to get top four. You gotta go beat somebody in the Big 12. Now, Oklahoma has proven you they can win and they'll get in. But mind you, Oklahoma beat Ohio State the year they got in with Baker. So it's a shaky. It's you gotta beat somebody. That's what I'm saying. If Cincy got it, I think Cincy needs to go play Ohio State, and they get to the Big 12. I don't say now, but when they get to the Big 12 and they want to put some respect in their name, you gotta go play one of those big schools. You have to. True, yeah. See, I was hoping they would flip Rutgers and Cincy in the Big 10. That would have been nice, really and true. That would have been real nice. Because Cincy is all the way up there. They're already in the Big 10 area, but we'll have to see. Add more teams in the future. So going into the Big 12 right now. Let me go Big 12. Big 12 conference, right? Let me see what the teams are. So the Big 12 right now is OSU, Kansas, Oklahoma, Iowa State, Texas, West Virginia, TCU, Kansas State, Baylor, and Texas Tech. So that's the teams. If Kansas basketball is good, but do they bring much to the table? Would you kick them out if you could? Who would you bring in to take their spot? Okay, so Midwest region, big schools in the Midwest region, right? You have now you're adding, now like I said, now you're adding. This is such a weird because they're putting the AAC because they're going to align all schools. Like you said, you're adding Houston, you're adding UCF, you're adding Cincy already, and then you're adding Where's the other school you're adding? I don't even see it. You said it was UCF, and then, yeah, I said okay. I think I said all of them. Bring in North Dakota State. No, they're not. They're FCS though. So if I kick out, like we were saying, um, if I kick out Kansas, only place Kansas could go is either Big Ten or maybe SEC, but they wouldn't do that because they're not good. I think they would go Big Ten, and I think they would just go or they go independent. If I'm bringing in a school, so this is the new BYU, Kansas State, Baylor, Houston. If I'm bringing in a school, I might bring in New Mexico State. I know that's a weird team to say, but that's the close. I'm going by location because there's not. I mean, you got Oklahoma. Oklahoma leaves. You still have OSU. You still have TCU. You have Texas Tech. You have Baylor. You have Houston. Now we have 4 teams in Texas in the Big 12. You got 2 teams in Kansas. You got Iowa State. You got Cincy. You got West Virginia. You bring in Central Florida. You bring in BYU. Now, I would love to bring Iowa. I'm not going to lie. I would love to bring Iowa. So, yeah, I just have to see. I mean, they could. I mean, but what they're talking about, this is another article. I just saw it. So they're asking who's left. See, Air Force could go. I can see Air Force. I could see Colorado State. Which would be cool. I can see all of those. Would y'all want to see that makes a mega conference? I was gonna say if you bring in the AAC, the All American Conference, and then just make them under one big. I don't know, that just seems like a power conference to me though. Even though it's not. I mean, I even at that point, I still think Cincy is the stronger team. Or Baylor when Baylor gets back. Those are the 2 teams I think are the strongest. You see, Memphis would be in that combination. In the big that's what I'm saying. They gotta find somebody. Boise State and Memphis should join it. I didn't think about Boise State. Yeah, they're kind of Midwest. You're not gonna pull any schools from the Big Ten out. So, like you said, Boise State. It's gonna be a weird. Like I said, that's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Now somebody said they were to separate the Big 12. What would happen? But that looks retarded. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna see it. But yeah, for Boise State has the best fielding. Oh well, no, let me not say that. I love the blue field, but I do love Eastern Washington's red field. I love both fields. Both fields are amazing. Eastern Washington has the red turf on their field, which is really cool. And then they have like the red outs and everything. But yeah. Like I said, BYU is still up. So if you're I'm only reason I'm following BYU because I really want to see them win. I want to see them win this game. So if there's any other question you guys want to talk about, any other topics we can go into while we sitting here, I'm down to go through all of them. Just let's talk. I'm probably get over here in about 5 minutes. You get about 5 or 6 minutes, so we can go through it. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Boise State is a school that, remember, Boise State at a certain point was ranked high. Remember, Boise State played Georgia. So, I mean, if you bring it in, let me see. Do you bring in? I don't know, man. What's P5? Ed Orgeron. I know everybody's gonna call me crazy for saying that, but I think Ed Orgeron. I think he's on. I think he might be on his hot seat. I hate to say that about him, but that team just doesn't like. It's like dead. Like they. I don't know if you guys watched. I don't know if you guys watched the what we said. Yeah, yeah. Scott Frost. Yeah, Scott. It's I forgot about. Yeah, Scott Frost is on the hot seat. Scott Frost, because mind you, why I think Scott Frost is really on the hot seat because you lost to an Illinois team that lost to UTEP or UTEP, either UTEP or UTSA, and then they lost again today. So you lost to a 1-2 team. That's the only thing I think for him is that you like So Illinois lost to Virginia today 42-10, 42-14. So yeah. Um he's the next Gene Chizik. I hope not, man. So my thing is I don't know about didn't Florida State who's Florida State's coach? I think when he lost that game. Yeah, I think Mike Norvell. Didn't he just get there though? Yeah, I thought he had just gotten there. I remember he was at Memphis. I remember he was at Memphis, 2019. So yeah, he's not. He has some time. I think he still has some time. He got there in 2019. Wait, Harris, Miami coach Randy Shannon as analyst. Yeah. So if you get like Mike Norvell, like he's been there 2 years. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know Willie. I know Willie Taggart. Yeah, he's FAU. Taggart takeover, bro. I don't know. Like you said, like I think he has a couple years left. I don't think I don't think he's on the hot seat yet. Miami might be because he's been there for a while. I know he's been there for a minute, so I wouldn't be surprised if Miami's and Scott Frost. And I think you go through if you go through Power 5 teams. Tennessee's coach, I don't think anybody wants to take that Tennessee job after the scandal. I don't know, man. I thought if and be honest, if GL Collins would have lost today, I would have said, yeah, he needs to be fired from Georgia Tech. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of teams right now. I'd be shocked if we get in a week. I would say if we get the closer to bowl season when we start seeing guys getting fired. And that's when I really can look because some of these games, it's just like, I don't see them getting fired just yet. Like, it's gonna be some teams where I'm just like Scott Frost needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. But I don't know. I can't think of anybody else right now because everybody like we got. I mean, Kentucky's coach won, so I was gonna say maybe Kentucky. Missouri lost, so that's iffy. Shoot, Arizona. Did Arizona hire a new coach this year? At Washington State. Did they lose? Did they lose today? I thought they won today. I think I said they won. Let me see. Because I thought they won today. Let me see if I can find it. They had to play later, I think. Because I thought they won. I thought I saw them winning or something like that. But yeah, I think my thing is, yeah, I think Tennessee can never be as. I don't think Rocky Top is. I don't think Rocky Top is Rocky Top anymore. Really and truly, I don't think Rocky Top is Rocky Top. I'd have to go. I'm gonna have to go watch film on him, Markeith. Let me go look at it. Oh, I forgot. JSU killed TSU. I mean, it was TSU. I think it was TSU. Uh, yeah, 38-16. Shout out Coach Prime. Uh, First off, his son threw 362 yards and 3 touchdowns and went 30 of 40. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah. Shout out Coach Prime. He beat Eddie George. That was a good game, man. Arizona hired their coach this season. Okay. Oh, he went to see those are two programs under Rocky Flop. Really, really. Ooh, that game gonna be interesting. Like I said, yeah, if you guys are watching that game, I'm trying to get to the BYU game real quick. But yeah, I think that's the only thing. Like this season, we're only 2 weeks in, so I think Ed Orgeron when he lost to UCLA last week, and then they trolled him all week with the whole Sissy Blue thing. And I told y'all about DTR. I said DTR. I said that boy. I said if he can throw it, he's special. I mean, he proved it. So, I'm not mad at them. They play next week. They got. I mean, they basically. I mean, that's a tough game, no matter because Fresno State has been showing out this year. They got Fresno State next week. So, and they lost. They blew out Connecticut. They almost beat Oregon. That's what scared me about Oregon. Really and truly. I need all these out of conference games in my life after last. Yeah, this was fun. You got to see a lot more out of conference stuff. That Georgia and Clemson game was really like a breath of fresh air because I think everybody was just so tired of seeing we had to play all conference last year, and it was just so boring. Stanford, yeah, I mean they got it. That coach has been there. He probably chewed them out. So, like I'm saying, for Fresno State, UCLA next week, then they start getting into UNLV, Hawaii. They get into their conference play. I don't think looking at this schedule, I don't think Fresno State loses a game. Maybe the San Diego State will be their toughest game or Boise. But man, I think Chip Kelly has built a program there at UCLA now. I think this is going to be his year. At the half, man, hey, if you can, that's. I just don't know how you're not just a Madden guy. I don't think. I think I probably would be 3-0 right now. Fresno State is one of those programs on the roster. Yeah, that's what I think about Fresno State. I think that's their whole thing is that they're a program on the rise. Mind you, Michael Walker for the Falcons is from there. So Stanford's up 28-13 in the third quarter. BYU was going crazy. So I'm guessing that they think as the fourth quarter. It is 23-7. Oh yeah. This game might be over. BYU has some of the prettiest uniforms. Oh, you got on okay. BYU has some of the prettiest uniforms in college football. I promise you they do. All of their uniforms are nice. But yeah, I think only team. So Nick Goodness a little bit of next week. I'll get into next week's schedule. Thursday we get Louisiana and Ohio. Friday night, we get we get 2 Friday night games. We get blessed with 2 Friday night games. UCF plays Louisville, and then Maryland plays Illinois. And then Saturday at 12, Tennessee hopefully gets back on the winning track versus Tennessee Tech. Kentucky plays Chattown. Michigan plays Northern Illinois. We know that can be an upset game. I'm not stop making fun of Georgia Tech. Michigan State plays Miami. That's gonna be a fun game. Really and truly, I think that's gonna be a real fun game. Coastal plays Buffalo. Pittsburgh plays Western Michigan. I will say something. Western Michigan then went on a gauntlet. That they getting that check though, so I don't blame them. They done going through a gauntlet though. Golly, I guess they. I mean, you getting the conference play is different, but they've been through a gauntlet. Um, Virginia Tech and West Virginia, that should be fun. Boston College at Temple, Nebraska at Oklahoma. That's going to be the game of the week next week for me. I'll be watching that game live. I don't know if I might stream it, but that will be a game I'll watch live. Since he's playing Indiana, that should be. I think since he wins that game by a lot. Connecticut's going to get blown out again. Colorado plays Minnesota. Purdue plays Notre Dame. Trying to see what other big games. Kansas and Baylor, but Kansas isn't the team. Iowa's getting Alabama at Florida is the 3:30 game. That'll be the next. So my day next. Well, basically my schedule will be. If you're gonna follow along with me, so we can talk about them. It'll be probably Nebraska, Oklahoma at 12, Alabama, Florida at 3:30, and then Georgia plays at 7. So that'll be my 3 games I watch next week. Now I will be checking in on other games. It's not like I'm not gonna watch some other stuff, but I will be watching other games too. But yeah, because we get a BYU and Arizona State game next week, and I'm down to watch that. I'm down to see that game at 10. That's at 10 though, so I'll probably be watching that on here. Yeah. So other than that, I think that's really the only games I'm going to be really watch. Any games you think they're going to be really good? Hey man, I will. Oh yeah, it is. Auburn does play Penn State next week. I don't know what time is that game. Let me see what time that game is, and then I'll see if I think Tulane. I think Tulsa at Ohio State is an interesting game. Actually, I didn't see that. Tulsa at Ohio State is interesting. I think it's a whiteout versus Auburn. I think Penn State at Auburn is going to be a whiteout. Let me see. I think they were talking about it. They play. Oh, they play a 7:30 game, of course. I think they're on ABC. I think they got the ABC. Yeah, they have the ABC game. So yeah, Saturday, September 18th at 7:30. It's gonna be, of course, when they get when they get a night game in Penn State, it's usually a whiteout. But it will be the college game day show. They will be in Happy Valley in Pennsylvania. So yeah, I'm yeah, like not Penn State, Auburn, or Florida Bama. I'm gonna watch Florida Bama. I'm definitely gonna watch Florida Bama. Like I said, I'm gonna watch Florida Bama. Like I said, but my 3 games I definitely knew I'm going to watch. Then I'm gonna watch with like intensity. Nebraska and Oklahoma. Well, I say Nebraska and Oklahoma along with the Michigan State Miami game. I don't know what channel it's gonna be on, but if it's on ESPN, I'm probably gonna watch it. Or the Virginia Tech and West Virginia game. Those would be the 12 o'clock games. Those would be my 3 12 o'clock games. I'll just give y'all a breakdown. So my 3:30 games, of course, I think I'm only going Alabama at Florida. Maybe I'll probably try to take a sneak peek at USC and Washington. And Georgia Tech at Clemson. Well, no. Yeah, it'll be a couple games I'm looking at 3:30. The 3:30, like the 3:30 to like 5 o'clock range. Tulsa and Ohio State is another one. And then the 7 o'clock games, of course, I'm gonna watch Georgia. And then, like I said, Auburn and Penn State. And that's about it. Oh, UNC plays Virginia, so I might look at that game too. And then the nightcap game for me will be BYU and Arizona State. That's how it'll be. Boise State plays Oklahoma State next Saturday at 9. Yeah, so I might lock in that game because my cousin's playing for Oklahoma State. I'm probably locking. I'll probably watch that game. I'll take Alabama by 30 points. Who are they playing? Who's Alabama playing? Because it should be and this is the only thing about Alabama is that they're playing. Oh yeah, they're playing. Oh yeah, you're gonna take them by 30. I'll take if I do it. Okay, y'all. If y'all give me some feedback, Friday night I think I'm gonna come on. That'll be my pregame show. And I'll talk about some college football stuff for you guys for my Friday night because I think we'll get the new AP poll out and all that stuff. So we'll do that Friday night, and if you guys want to if you want to do it like that, we can do it like that. And we'll just talk about the games going into tomorrow. And then we'll just talk about what we're going to do. Well, like basically what the games will be that night. So if the next night, the next day, we'll just preview some games. So if you guys like that idea, tell me in the comments, or you can tell me now. If you're watching this at a later time, tell me in the comments if you like that idea. Because I'll do Friday Night Live and I'll do Saturday Night Live. If you can't catch one, you can catch both, but you'll have two different options. And really, we can make that night, Friday night, whatever Friday night game it is, we can just kind of sort of watch it a little bit while we talk. It'll probably be the Louisville and UCF game. So we can talk about that while we're on the live, while we're previewing other games. So with that, I think I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so I'll give y'all my fucking stuff. I'm doing a pregame show tomorrow, y'all. So come in early. I'll probably, if I can do it, I'll probably do it around 11:30ish, something close to that. So yeah, come or 11:30 is 12. Just so you know, come on and talk about the game. I think we win. I think we win. I think I'm on our preview show. I said we win by a lot. I think this is gonna be. Yeah, that's basically what that'll be. I'll give you, and I think I'll do later towards the season. Friday night will be like the Heisman picks and all of that stuff. I got schoolwork on Friday. Hey, Lashley versus Wheeler. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a big game. I might try to, if I can find that game, I might watch it. You go to a 7A school? I didn't know you went to a 7A school. But yeah, basically Friday night will be just like the preview show. Atlanta Kid, you can just, you can watch if you can't come on. But yeah, if you guys want to, like I said, always say, hit me up if you want to come on. I'm lucky. I'd love to have you guys on no matter what time. But yeah, like I said, just let's get ready. That's yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll try to find that. Yeah, send me the website stuff, Blake, and I'll watch it. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. So thank you guys for coming out. Like I said, Friday night we'll do a little preview show. Shout out everybody in the comments, Atlanta Kid. Shout out Hayden. Hey Hayden, I don't know if you're new or not, but like and subscribe, please. Marquis. Who else is in here? Wallace was in here. I think that's all the people that comment. If you're in here and you didn't comment, thank you for coming in here and watching. But yeah. Come on. Oh, AJ, let's go on, AJ. Come on, please. Let's win fantasy. Oh, you got him on fantasy. I think I got Russell Gage starting tomorrow. I think that's who I have starting tomorrow. Yeah, hey AJ, come in on the pregame show and we'll talk about. I'll give you my fantasy lineups and stuff. But yeah, I know I got Matt. I know I got Matt as one of my QBs. I think my other QB is. I don't know if I got Matt. I think I got Matt on both. Um, so yeah, let's just go ahead. We're going ahead and just finish out. Thank you guys for coming on. I think BYU's about to win this game tonight. We'll talk about it Friday if they don't. But yeah, that's it. I gave him. I have him once this Wednesday. I mostly use Fant Gronk, and I have Waller House once. God, yeah. I have Gage as my flex on one of my teams because I think I got Diggs on my team. But yeah. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon before the game. If you're new, like and subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Share this out with other Falcons, Georgia, whatever you are, other Atlanta sports fans. Yeah, we have scores and news tomorrow. So FILA scores and news tomorrow. Pregame, scores and news pregame. Halftime show with Dawn, and then post game with King. So you will get a whole bunch. I will end with I have Saquon as a flex and ones. Yeah, I have Mike Davis in one of mine too. So he's my one though in one of them. I didn't get him in my second league, so I had to get I got Kamara though. So I've been trying to trade Kamara off and don't nobody want him. So that shows you we got real Falcons fans. But other than that, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.